Hey YouTube, it's me again, hitting you with a little bit of uh, life, art, and sickle cell. Just trying to raise some awareness, just a little short thing. I just wanted to share this with you. There was this piece of art that I created a while ago, and I put the how many days thing on it. I said I was gonna do that. I think for some artworks, I wanted to try that, to put the day and time I created the piece because sometimes I create a piece and I forget which day and date I created that piece. Some days, time seemed to mesh together in my brain. I can't remember days and dates very well sometimes. But here's my birthday, 10/2/73. And here's today's date, 3/7/2, 3/7/2016. So we take time for granted sometimes, and we don't realize how short life is. With sickle cell, you are told that, I guess my doctors told my mom I wouldn't make it to the age of 18, you know. And I remember sitting down one day when I was little, and I started counting the days, the dates. I started writing the years on a piece of paper. I started with 1973, and I started, I went 1974, 1975, 1976, 1977. I kept going, until I started reaching, 1987, 1988, 1989, 1990. I started going and going. When I reached the year that I would turn 18, I stopped and I was like looking, and I tried looking at it. I look at the date, then I kept going, you know, and I hit the year 2000, and I'm thinking, I want to see that date, because I thought, man, that's a special date. It's no longer 19, it's 20, and it would be cool to see, and you think about that, and you keep thinking, you know, how short life is, because sickle cell keeps reminding you every time you get sick, and you in the if you have a crisis that's strong enough, and you in the ICU, you guys know what's up with that. If you have sickle cell, you know what's up with that. ICU means a hell of a lot of things are going wrong. You may be fighting acute chest syndrome, or your lungs with pneumonia or something. All these things happen to me so many times. So many times I'm in the ICU, or intensive care unit or department, you know, where they lock you away in this special room, and it's nice and quiet, but it's like you're fighting for your life. You know, that's intensive care because you're really not in a good shape. So I've been in ventilators, things, machines that are helping me breathe, or things like that. And I've flatlined before. In a hospital. I remember a nurse walked in and she was just trying to come and do my vitals, and she was just, after she did my vitals, she was changing the IV bag with a fresh bag, and I saw some bubbles. I watched the bubbles, coming. It was coming down the tube, and as soon as the bubbles went into my veins, and I blacked out. I went out. You know, I was revived. I hear the doctors. Everything was dark. I hear the doctors and the nurses surrounding me, and they're hitting me with this defibrillator thing, this shocking thing, that shocks you, restarts your heart, and they hit me with that thing, and I went out. I went out again, you know then the next time I woke up, I was in the ICU, and you know, but when I was out, everything was peaceful, everything was quiet, there was nothing. It was nothingness. It was darkness. There was nothing. I'm not one of those people that had a near death experience type of thing. All I saw was peace, darkness, nothing. I just didn't exist type of thing. But they told me, they didn't have a vital for me for a little bit. It's just good that the nurse was there, when I did, because they were able to get people there really quickly to do all those things. But to face death with sickle cell, to come that close, and to know you could have been gone, and that's what happens. So I think about, the amount of hours people spend on YouTube or social media, or the amount of time I spend on any giving thing. All these times are precious times, but they are sometimes wasted times. So when I feel a sense of urgency, why I want a canvas to come here so badly, or why I want to reach a goal so badly, or why I want to get to some place so fast, you know, when I'm looking at the clock, I'm waiting for the next pain pill because my bones are aching, my arm is hurting, or my stomach is still, hurting so bad, or my chest pain, or my leg, or something, that I want the pain to go away. You're looking at the seconds are passing by, and the ticking and the ticking and the ticking. You're watching the clock, and you're thinking about your pain, and the days are going by. So when I look at this thing, it's like I'm looking at 1,338,940 800 seconds. You know, that's seconds. You know, that's just not counting today's date. That's how many seconds from yesterday, I've lived. Not counting today, how many minutes I've lived is, you know, shoot, 22,315,680 minutes, you know. And yesterday, you know what? How many minutes I spend watching House of Cards on Netflix because I had extra $10 from Dolores gave me, and I decided to put it back on the Netflix, so I could spend my time, waiting for these canvases to come. So I watched the House of Cards season 4, so you can see the whole House of Cards, how many minutes it took me to watch the whole damn thing, you know, and I'm only at 22 million minutes in my life, 22.3 minutes in my lifetime. When you think about hours you spend, I'm only on about 371 point 9 hours. So you had 371 928 hours. You know, that's my life, people. That's my life. That's how many hours in my life. 371, 37100. 371, 371, 371. Closely to 372. But if you're counting today, you get to those places. You get to those places, and you're counting days. you know, I'm down to days now. Days. 15,497 days, not counting today. 15,497 days, or 2,213 weeks. So if I told somebody to give me a dollar for every week I lived, I would not even hit $200,000. You know, I would just barely hit $200,000. That's what I'm trying to say right here. So if I had a dollar a week per week that I lived, getting a call. Hello, hello. Yes, yes, it's Hurts and Azir. Is there a problem again? Wait a minute. Wait. I thought we settled everything. I told you I only had 90 something dollars in the bank account. Oh, wait. So you charge my card again? But so what happened? But okay. So what's going on now? But my checking won't clear, my card won't clear my checking, my balance, it won't clear. If I go to my account right now, it won't be clear, you know. So how it takes a few days for these things to show up, right? Yeah, well, the problem is my bank says different. My bank shows that it was charged. It was on hold. It holds that fee. You know, it holds it. You know, yeah, it's pending, but yes. So when I look at my funds, it says it says available and current. So available funds is only $92, but the currently I'm being charged $301. So I have bills coming in. So part of it is from the canvases I ordered, you know? So that's why I can't be charged. Hmm? A what? I had to stop the video because of the phone call I was on was starting to really get to me. Um I probably will add this part of it to this video, to this part of the video to I'm posting right now on the sickle cell squad. I posted the setback video. Like I was telling them about my this video is about thanking people and talking about setbacks and what happened with the canvas today. Trying to order the canvases. So I thought I was gonna just get like, I thought it was all set. So the phone call that I got while I was talking about the how important time is, you know, because I'm just sharing, sharing this video because just for the awareness of it, just so that people understand what you go through when you try to create your work, because everybody has setbacks, so you know you can you can have this Patreon up, but people do not understand why you on Patreon and why you asking for help. So here I go, the phone call the phone call was from the same company, you know, best laid plans. I was just gonna say, instead of three canvases shipped soon, I am down to two canvases, so I'm down to two of them shipping because I wanted three canvases because I had this thing set, all set. On Monday, I'm supposed to have a writer from Greenwich Time. It's a magazine, not a magazine, but a newspaper, to do a story on this my artwork and the Art for Cure idea that I have, the Patreon, you know. And I was hoping to have these canvases here so I could at least begin the three pieces so they can see and take some pictures for work in progress so that I can show that. So that was talking about what I was talking about before. I was talking about time. I was talking about days and times, and on that other video, I was showing you the days, the dates of 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 my life. How long I've been here, and what time means. Timing is everything. Time can be meaningless. I showed you the calculation of times. So if I go on history, I can probably go back to that page because it doesn't really matter if I share it or not, or how late I share this video, because that phone call kills everything for me. It's another major setback because what happened with the calculation, you know, what happened with the calculation when I was talking about, the days, the 2000, you know, the when I was talking about the 2000 weeks, 1 week, you know, this week was the week that I was hoping to get my canvases shipped to me so I could have them at least by Friday. And the weekend I would work on them, and on Monday I would have the reporter here, and at least I would have the canvases, and I would have, maybe good pictures in the paper so that people would be inspired to help me create the works that I need to create this year, and at least get a couple more patrons to show up on that Patreon, you know. So the results is like, I've been on this earth for 15,497 days, and it's gonna be 98 days, 99 days. It keeps going, but next Monday is just gonna be another week. It's just another day. Today is like you get upset because you had another setback, another challenge, and another hit, another blow. So what happened is they called me. They called me from basically, they called me from the store that I ordered the canvases from. You know, I ordered the canvases from this store, and let me see if I can show that store right quick. You know, I went there already on my other video, so The order is probably canceled now, so it doesn't really matter because I had to cancel the second order. What happened is that I told them I only had $92 in my bank account, so they can't charge me an extra $100 for shipping if I don't have it. So they say, "Oh, we'll go ahead and we'll charge you this much." So what they did was try to charge me another extra amount of money. They wanted to charge my card $208 today. But my debit card doesn't have $208 available because you already charged it during the weekend $208. I only have 90 something dollars left. So now I have to cancel everything and wait for my bank account to clear and for the funds to return. Then I'll have the money available for me to go ahead and reorder from them or find a place where I can find these size canvases. So I might have to take a trip all the way to New Haven to try to see if I can get those canvases from the art store. And hopefully it's not windy. Hopefully it's not windy out, and the canvases won't be blowing all over the place, and I won't poke a hole into it. You know, hopefully, you know, that's all I can hope for. Is like not a windy day, because I'm gonna be walking for like, I'm not over exaggerating, about a mile. From the train station to the store. It's about 2 miles if I'm thinking about it correctly. 2 miles, because it's like 10 blocks or 10 to 20 blocks, from Union Station to downtown New Haven, then up the street, up to next to Yale campus, to Hall's art store. So I have to walk all these blocks with two large canvases, and those things are like sails. It's like sailing. So that's why I wanted to order it online, because the shipping, even though it's going to cost me money, I won't damage them in that way. I won't damage the canvas. So now I have to wait and see if I have my $200 clear, and I have to go take the money out of the bank account right away as soon as it clears, because I have some other bills coming. It's a pain. It's a pain when this thing happens that way, because I really got screwed today by this company, you know, because they didn't know how to set up their shipping website correctly. It charges you for the wrong shipping, so I paid the wrong thing. I shouldn't have trust a company that uses only PayPal, you know, because now I'm really really screwed, and this is annoying. This is really annoying, you know. And those are the setbacks for the day. That's the thing, you know. I don't have enough patrons to support what I need to do right now, so that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna be something I can do. So yeah, I don't want to be upset about it. When you have sickle cell, it's like getting upset is just stress, and being stressed. And it's like, being stressed doesn't help you. You know, stress never helps you. Stress is never, 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 ever a good thing for you to deal with. So it's like, when you have your plans, when you have your best laid plans, if they don't work out, you know, you just really, really have to have another way out, another way to do it. You just have to have another way. you can't you can't depend on your plans most of the time, you know. So you watch your years go by, you watch your days go by, and you have your dreams that you think about. But how many times when you live with sickle cell did you have to start over? How many times did you have to start a project over? How many times did you have to start a classwork over? How many times did you have to redo an assignment? How many times did you miss an appointment? How many times did you miss a date? How many times did you miss something because of a setback related due to sickle cell or due to not having enough money, not having enough support, not having enough or anything? So yeah, I am I am a little disappointed, but it's not the end of the world. When I was talking before about facing death and facing those circumstances where you're fighting for your life, you're fighting for one more day at that ER or that emergency room or that intensive care unit. You're fighting for your life. You know that that's why the sickle cell awareness series of paintings. That's why I wanted to create those pieces, because that's where I'm at with it. I can have so many things going on for me and so many things fail. Like this website I had for so many years online, but it's been a money sink. I've been sinking a lot of money into it, and hackers been coming in here and hacking this thing to death. So it doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out. I just have to continue to thank the people who care about me and the people who take the initiative to support me, and continue to make the best of the opportunities I get. Because you will always get upset because some setbacks, things don't go your way, things don't go how you want it to go. The dreams that you have don't happen the way you wanted them to happen. And the education or awareness doesn't reach the people you want it to reach. Or you don't feel like you make a difference in this world. But you got to do your best. You got to keep fighting for what you believe in, and hopefully you get a breakthrough. So things just got a little bit harder because I'm down to zero canvases right now, and I'm still waiting for my money to return to my bank account so I can go ahead and get the canvases from someplace else if I can. Take a deep breath. This has been life, art, and sickle cell. Stay up, warriors. Keep fighting and keep your dreams alive, because that's the only thing that we can do. We can only keep our hopes alive, and we can only hope that people will believe in what we are doing, and help us reach our goals, because we cannot do these things alone. You know, because you have no choice but to be here. You know, when I said I exist because a woman made a choice, she made a choice to have me. My father's wanted an abortion. She made a choice to have me, and I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here, and I want to cure my pain. I want to have that DNA research done. I want to reach a point in my life where maybe I'm 16,000 days in, but there's a cure. There's a cure. Because life is really short. If you count your days, you go to that place, start counting your days and your hours and your seconds, and think about how many negative people you have in your life that waste those seconds and minutes and days, and try to think about how many times you spending it in a positive way. you know you lay your plans, but you know that your plans are not always going to work out. you know you know that your plans are not always going to work out. It took me years of grinding to get my followers up to that number. But even if I get my followers up to that number, that doesn't mean I get them to care. You know, like the last hour from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., I had 2,497 people viewing one message that I posted. You know, and if I posted this 21 minutes ago, you know, I can tell by going to these things, by just being on Twitter. You know, it says view your top tweets. It tells you how many people click over. It tells you, you know, it tells you how many clicks you have, how many people viewed, you know, because here's a top tweet I have. How many impressions I got on that one? 21,000 impressions, you know, nearly 22,000 impressions. You know, engagement, 7,000 engagement. I forget what engagement means, you know. I forgot what engagement means. But maybe they clicked through it. I don't know. But even if they clicked through, I don't have 7,000 patrons because this was what I was asking for. I was asking patrons to help my Patreon, to help support this goal I have. I only need 1,000 people, you know, to believe in me, to believe in what I'm trying to do this year for my art to reach the level that I want it to reach. But things take time. Time. It takes time and it takes patience. And sometimes we don't have it, you know. Sometimes we just don't have it. You know, I can have all the likes I want, but I need to start seeing clicks, and I have to see the love. And if there's only 6 people, when you're hoping for thousands of people, you got another thing coming, man. It's not working. Whatever you're trying to do is not working, so you gotta go back from plan, whatever plan that you had. You know, you can look at how many people you're reaching with your awareness. That's why those images are so important because there's so many people. That's a huge time, huge Saturday, February 13th. I had like, look at these impressions, man, 66,000 impressions. That's 66,000 people looking at this thing that time. But nothing happened. So you have to understand how frustrating that is if you know, if you have the data to back it up and to know that people really do not really understand what you're trying to do, because if they're looking at it, they're sure not giving. You know, they don't care. You know, it's sad, dog. So let me take a breather. Let me go play some video games or something to take my mind off what happened today, because now I just it's a waiting game on the bank and the people to give me my money back, this store to give me my money back, so I can go get my canvases from somewhere else, hopefully, because time is running out for when the rider gets here. And I also asked a friend of mine, my nurse Randy, because he has a good camera, to take some pictures, because the newspaper was having some trouble finding a photographer for Bridgeport, because they're all the way in Greenwich. So hopefully things work out. And if you can't afford it, please become a patron, because I really need support of my whole community. You know, I need to see 1,000 people step up and say, "Hey, we believe in what you're doing, and we want to help you." That's what I need. I need black folks, you know, to help to help me get to where I need to get to. Because even if you only have $1 in your checking, if 1,000 people only had $1 in their checking and they say, "Hey, you know, I can afford $1 today," that's cool, man. Because that's 1,000 people that said so, and I could have created the work that I want to create. And this is things that I'm gonna try to do to help raise awareness, to help raise a fund for sickle cell disease. You know, while we have politicians out here blocking me because I tried to tell them about their food stamp agenda You know, we have to keep fighting the good fight, I guess. Whatever happens, happens. So, best laid plans, keep fighting. That's all I can say. Keep fighting, and something good will happen if you just keep doing positive things. You know, less stress. Don't let money rule your world. Less stress. Keep doing positive things. There's always some rainy sometimes. Some rain happens. Something happens always. So stay up, my peeps. Stay up. One love. Stay positive. Peace.